I'm going to, oops. As soon as I go live, something gets up. Oops. As soon as I go live, something goes funny in my nose. I feel like a bug just went up there. Okay, there we go. It's been a long time, but let me get a link here so I can tweet this out to the few people who might be interested. Whoops. Okay. Let me see. Now I'm gonna give me a second while I tweet this out, guys. How do I do this? I swear to God, something just went in my nose. Live now. Oh, can I take a picture of this thing? No, I can't. It's all right. What else do I have to do? Oh, go to Facebook. Take that out there. Okay. Just a second. Live now. Okay. Oh. And hit the button. Okay. Now let's go back to this. I don't know if anyone's here yet. 6 people watching. Okay. Hey guys. Let's see one more thing. Is this thing? Turn this off. Okay, good. Nice shirt. Oni desu. Yeah. Hey, let's do a kanpai. Let me get close to it. Is this thing working here? Okay, that seems to be working. Okay. Make sure the sound is dead. The sound is off good. Okay. Hey guys. Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. I'm still alive. You thought I was dead, didn't you? No, I'm still alive. I got things to do, but let's start with Strong Zero. This is a double kanjuku ume. Shikkari kajitsukan. Okay, so that means this is a double complete ume plum. It's 9%, as they all are. And it's full of fruit. This gives you the good fruit. Okay. Hello. Green room. Yes, I'm in the first floor of the house. I own I have a very small house. I actually own it as opposed. I only mention that because someone said, I know where this guy lives. He lives in a completely different part of town. He lives in, I think he said, I forgot what he said, but it was some other part of town. I think he thinks I live near Kanayama, in a poor part of town, in a shitty apartment. We bought this house new 10 years ago, but it still feels new. Yeah. I just put out an ASMR video that took me literally 40 hours to edit. And it was taking me so long I couldn't get anything else done. But I'm done. I've been doing other stuff since then. I've been working out a lot. Haven't lost an ounce of weight, but I've been working out a lot and have increased my strength. I won't even say I've increased my muscle because I don't think I feel tired. Like my muscles feel tired. I have aches all in my body, but today, let me show you why we are here today. See this? Look at this guy. This is a rhinoceros beetle. I haven't been making any vids at all. I could have done an ASMR of you editing this ASMR video, probably. Yeah, you know what? It is the Corona funk in a way, because I feel like anything I talk about is not important compared to what's really happening in the world. This is dead, by the way. This is dead. This particular one is dead. Yes. And today we're going to prepare it. We're going to prepare this for. Oh, hey man, hey Nico. I've been meaning to get back to you, man. You write me deep, interesting emails, and I feel like they deserve more response. Oh, you know what? Look, it says lick it, slam it. But I thought it said Islam. I thought it said lick Islam. I said, what does that say on my t-shirt? That would have been funny, huh? Okay, so today what we're going to do, while I talk about this subject of haters, is we're going to prepare there's something called a relaxing chamber. And let me give you the backstory. Okay, over here, these are kabutomushi and kawagata, cages, boxes, whatever. And those are full of live animals. Okay, I'll show you those later. But when we got when my friend, one of my students gave me, I've got a really cool student named Oga. This is his nickname. Oga, shout out to Oga. And he has 3 sons, and they're all really cool. And one of the sons is like a prodigy of basketball. He scored like, I think like, I want to say 60 or 70 points in a game. And he's like 11 or 10. I think he's 10. So that's pretty amazing, huh? My bench went from 115 to 90. Oh, I kept my bench. My bench is still 100. Yeah, but because I've been working out with dumbbells, and I've been concentrating on pull-ups and push-ups, and chin-ups. I've made quite a bit of progress there. But I went back to the gym. No, it's not really long. I just got it cut, actually, about a month ago. Well, I guess it was really short then. But I've been doing okay. Like, I don't feel like I've put on some muscle, but I don't know. Like, I feel like my arm is just small, you know? Like, it looks big on camera, I think, because the camera adds weight. But anyway, I feel silly showing my muscles. Because I'm definitely. Oh, this is what you do. Hold your muscle in like this. It makes you look big. See? Whoa, I look big. But if you hold it back here, it looks small. Okay. Tokyo Drew, hey man. Tokyo Drew, I'm going to talk about something you probably don't want to talk about, but I'm going to mention Tokyo Drew too. A lot of guys don't like to mention haters and shit. I am an old man. Well, when I was 19, I would have thought this age is like, you're dead already, right? Oh, that's something important. Well. So what we're doing today, let me explain. My friend Oga, who's got 3 sons, and one of them's a basketball prodigy, gave me a bunch of kabutomushi, which are rhinoceros beetles. In the box that he gave me, one of them was already dead. This beauty, he's already dead, right? So what I'm going to do is practice pinning it. I've never done that before, but because he's dead, we've got to do some. He's kind of stiff, right? The gangrene has set in. No, well, he's not that stiff actually. He's still kind of soft. Look at that. It's kind of soft. I don't think I have to do what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it anyway just to practice. Look at that. Look at that. See? So if you get a bug that's dead, sometimes it's too stiff to work with. So what you have to do is soften it up. And to do that, get some paper towels. And we're creating a relaxing chamber. Okay? Put the paper towels in there. And I forgot the important thing. Okay. We're going to talk about the haters in a minute. We're going to do this small task in a minute. First, I'm going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to get some water. What's water? Oh, stupid. So we're going to put some water. By the way, today I'm drinking the Kanjiku Ume Strong Zero, which is a umeboshi type of flavor. It's not my favorite, but it's a little bit sweet. We're going to put a little water in here, okay? Yeah, we're going to put a little water, okay? In there. So we're creating very humid space. Okay, that's step one. Now, we got some alcohol. Now, alcohol is tough to get right now because of coronavirus. Rubbing alcohol. And in Japan, it isn't like the States where you just get alcohol any way you want. I mean, I'm talking about rubbing alcohol, not drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol is very easy to get. And kind of an interesting, as from the perspective of someone who lives here, it's kind of hard to get rubbing alcohol. You think it's something you just always have, right? But you don't. Yeah, I'm still in Nagoya. What's the closest subway station to you? I'm not going to tell you that. But I will tell you this. I'm 20 minutes away from Nagoya Station. Walking. So look at this. This is alcohol. This is the only size they had left. This cost $4. It's tiny. It's 70% alcohol. I just bought it. And, check these guys out. These guys are alive. This one is alive. That one is alive right there. He's just having a fight with his buddy. Oh, he's alive, but now he's not moving. Why aren't you moving? Hello? He's not moving. He was moving a second ago. Now he's not moving. What's wrong? Maybe he just died. Oh, there he is. Come on. Come on. Okay, anyway. Let's see if I get one that moves if I put you back. I'll give you guys a peek. This is a peek. See? This is what they look like, see? See? Not moving too much though, huh? They were just, when they bump into each other, they start fighting. Anyway, they're very docile. Put that back. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, we are back. So let me explain what we're doing. By the way, give me the thumbs up. Hey, Akun, how you doing, man? Okay. I know a lot of long-time foreigners, Aaron. I bit my tongue yesterday. I was doing, that's going to make a stupid joke. I was doing blow off this hooker's back. And no. Okay, so we've got by the way, rubbing alcohol in Japan is apparently called ethanol. Ethanol, see? So we're going to put a little ethanol into this, right? And this kills any leftover bugs that may have been in here. And we're not going to get this wet. We're going to put this, look at this. This is my kid's, what's this called? Anpanman tray. Oh, does it fit? I hope it fits. I'm going to put that in there. There we go. Okay. So this is called a relaxing chamber. Okay. So now I'm going to put him in there and leave him overnight. So this will disinfect and loosen up this insect, right? And tomorrow I can try to spread his wings out and pin him down. And I'll show you how that's done later. Hey Simon, how you doing? Okay. Oh yeah, the by the chess tournament, I think you mean not. Just a minute. You don't mean chess because we don't have chess. You mean shogi? Just a minute. I believe you mean shogi, right? Shogi's a big deal right now. What happened to the window? Okay. There's a young King of morons, king of the morons. It's all the same. I got lazy. Joe Sichi, yes, I know Joe. Joe still owes me an apology. You know Joe Aaron? Who is Aaron? Now I'm curious as to who you are. Okay. Now, I'm done with the rhinoceros beetle part of the conversation. And yes, I have not made a video for a while because of coronavirus, and I feel like everything's kind of unimportant. And I've been working on my body. Yes, I know Tom Fallon, Michael Wade, Takashi Terada, James Hamilton, maybe not. Maybe James, I don't know. Anyway, oh, good. I don't know if you remember, but in December I asked you about finding a non-teaching job. Now I'm doing asset management. Hey, that's good. Asset management. I see commercials about that all the time. That's. I was actually curious about that. Akun, send me an email on askgimmeabreakman. Yes, Tim Lanini. Yes, we're old friends. We did stand up together. Who is Aaron? I'm very curious about you, Aaron. Now, Tim Lanini, I've known since he first came to Japan, when he was back in the day. That guy's gone through hell, man. Yeah, he's got a story. Well, you know, I'll teach. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about haters. How do you become a hater? So let me tell you a story about me, because I became a hater, I guess. Back in the day in Nagoya, I was the man to know. I was basically a barfly. I would go to Misfits, which was down the street from where I lived, literally down the street. It would take me, it's like 3 blocks away. It was this gaijin bar, and another 5-minute ride away, I used to go to a place called Pelican Pete's. Both of these bars are out of business now. But I used to go to Misfits so much that one day Joe Sichi, who Aaron mentioned in the comments, came up to me, and Rich Evans. What do you think? What kind of story is it going to be? I'll give you the short of it, because I had no intention of going into this. But hey, Odie Jr., dude, how you doing? It's hard to tell a story with everyone keeps coming into the room. So, long story short, Joe and these other people who own the bar, and they owned one bar, and they were looking to expand to another bar. They said, "Hey, dude, you spend like so much money here anyway. Why don't you just buy into this place?" Whoa, thank you, Dennis. Thank you very much. I will. I'll have a drink on you. By the way, this is not bad. If you're going to come to Japan, you have to have a strong zero. This one's not too sweet. I like this one. So I bought into the bar. About a month later, a friend of mine told me about Red Rock. Yes, and she said, "Red Rock's for sale. Do you want to buy it?" And it was offered to me, but I brought in my friends, the Misfits group, and we bought it together. They did. I mean, to be fair, the initial price was much higher, and they're all cheap. So double grape is really sweet, and peach is really sweet. I don't like peach. Anyway, we bought it together. Long story short, there were 4 of us. We had these 2 bars, and I had my school, and I was also the manager of the biggest. Oh, I forgot to bring that in. The biggest. Aaron, do you know Misfits? We must know each other. I owned Misfits. I used to bartend there too. Anyway, long story short, I was working Misfits. Maybe only once a week, if that. But I was working Red Rock 2 or 3 times a week, which is 2 blocks away from my school, which I was also working every day. And I was a manager for the Sushi Cabaret Club, which was the biggest gaijin band in Nagoya, and we were kicking ass. We were getting gigs everywhere. We sold out the Bottom Line venue. Maybe not sold out, but we made a lot of money. Anyway, strong lemon is kind of tart. You know what? Strong lemon is so good, but I drink it so much that as soon as I smell it, I think I start getting drunk just from the smell. My body's just, says, "Oh, it's that time of day." Okay, so here's a story, and this is how I got on YouTube too. I've told this story before. Aaron, you used to sing there at Mistress in Red Rock? I must know you. Yeah, Aaron, you got to contact me on askgimmeabreakman. Let me guess, you are telling 20% truth? No, it's all 100% truth, Rich. Why would I lie about this? Because this is why. I'll tell you. Okay. So, long story short, one day, $800 goes missing on my shift. Okay. and this is disclosed at the same meeting. It was like a Sunday morning. It was at a meeting in which I was about to tell everybody, you guys got to pick up the slack because I feel like I'm working too much. There's 4 of us and I'm working 3 nights a week at Red Rock. And sometimes I'm up until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. there, right? Okay. So they say, well, Victor, you fucked up, you lost money. And the thing is, I'm not the accountant. I just hand my money over, but I can't explain the money missing. So they say, okay, look, no big deal, but we can't trust you with money for 1 year. That's my punishment. Okay. They say you can't touch the money for 1 year. And I'm like, what? And you can't go behind the bar for 1 year, even though I'm one of the owners. And I feel like I'm the one that's working harder than everyone. And I said, fuck you. I can't explain why the money's missing, but that's, I don't deserve this. So, so I left the group. I asked them to pay me out. They cashed me out. And a month later, the band that I was managing gets picked up by a major label. But the label says, maybe not major, but anyway, a label with money. And they say, we want to manage you, we want to, promote you, but you got to fire Victor because we don't need him. He's redundant. And, it was fine. Like I never wanted to manage them because I had my own school. I had then at the time too. I used to do drugs and I still do. That's an old Mitch Hedberg joke, but I used to own a school and I still do. Anyway, so that was fine. I was happy for the group. However, what was her name? Japanese guy. There was a Japanese girl with cool tattoos. I don't remember the guy. Anyway, long story short, this is like 2004 or 2005. So, a long story short, the band fires me, which is fine, except the way they did it was like they feared that I would like be angry about it, but actually I wouldn't have been. I was like, good for you guys, because it's not really the kind of, I was getting serious with my then girlfriend, and she was like, every weekend I would Rich Evans, you can fuck off. Long story short, I was all the connections I had, all the stuff that made me, big man on campus, the bars and the band, was all out of my life within a period of 2 months. And one of the people that I started that was part of the bar group was my old friend Jeff, and Jeff and I had been friends since 1986 or 87. We met in Peru, hitchhiking, backpacking and hiking, and also hitchhiking, and in Brazil. And we traveled all around Central and South America. And he came to New York, and we drove taxis together. And he was in on what I considered was a betrayal, because they suspected that I had stolen $800, which didn't make any sense because we would bring in $3,000 a night, right? On a good night, we would bring in that much. So I was I was hurt. Yeah, I was hurt. I was pissed off, but I was also proud. So I was like, "Fuck you, I'm out." And then when the band fired me, I was heartbroken because of the way they did it. They locked me out of all the accounts on the internet of the homepages that I had built for them. Well, I didn't build them myself. I took care of getting them built. But they thought I would betray them, and the fact that they thought I would betray them was in itself a betrayal. So suddenly I had all this time and I had nothing to do. And I kicked myself out of the gaijin community. I just stopped associating with everybody because Jeff was my best friend. Or I mean, I don't think he felt the same way, probably. I mean, he had other friends too, but for me, that was at least one of my oldest friends. He'd been to my family's house, the Sushi Cabaret Club, Rich Evans. It was a good band. They were really good. They were really good. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with them. It was just the end, the ending was really poorly done. Anyway, suddenly I had all this time, and I could have. That's when I think when you fail like that and you don't get what you want, that's when you become a hater. Okay. Now here's the good part. Here's the interesting part. 6 months later, this is my revenge, kind of. Not really. Not revenge, but I'll just tell you the story. You can decide what it means. 6 months later, we find out that another woman, in fact, what was her name? I don't remember her name, but it was a Filipino woman who was part of our group. She had been stealing money from the bar group, the four of us, right? Who was the four of us? It was Joe, Jeff, yeah. I won't say her name because, Anyway, it turns out that she had been stealing money because she wanted to pay. The story I heard was she wanted to pay for a heart surgery, heart transplant back in the Philippines. So she was stealing money, and she's very, very Catholic, and in her mind, it was worth like fucking everyone over to do this. Okay, now I didn't become a hater, but I can understand why you would become a hater in that position. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry, Aaron. Yes, I'm trying to read too quickly. So anyway, the woman had been siphoning money off. Oh, dude, Red Valley, you don't have to do that. The woman had been siphoning money from the group for months secretly. She hadn't been paying the liquor store that we and every month we would buy like thousands of dollars worth of liquor. And she was like, "We're going to pay you next one. We're going to pay you next one." One day, the liquor store guy, and I was not in the group anymore. He comes and he says, "You guys got to pay me because you're 6 months behind." And Joe's like, "What?" Now I wasn't in the group then, but it turns out that the $800 that I was accused of turned into $80,000 missing, and they were all on the line for that, right? And I wasn't because I was out. So I didn't get kicked out. I chose to leave, but I got my initial investment back. I didn't get any money back for the work I did, but I got fucked. Here's what gets weird. Jeff had a bad, I want to say kidney. He had a bad kidney. So he went to, I got really lucky. He went to Tokyo to get an operation, a kidney transplant. His sister came and he got a kidney transplant. And he was in the hospital. And at that time, I was like, I have nothing to do. So I started looking around on YouTube and internet, and I found YouTube, and I did it just to look for the, music videos and trailers and shit. But then I started finding, Jeff's last name is Rasmussen, and Jeff is dead. So you kind of pushed my story ahead of time, but it says Jeff got a kidney transplant, went to Tokyo. He was in the hospital and he had to go into a coma because there was some kind of complication. The doctors fucked up. I was in Tokyo because YouTube, I'd started YouTube just a few months ago, and YouTube really liked what I was doing, and I was just blowing up on a scale back in the day that today is nothing. But back in the day, you know, oh, I got 1,000 subscribers, which today is nothing. But YouTube paid for me to come out to Tokyo with a bunch of other Nagoya vloggers and to do a live show presentation on stage, and some the Fat Blue Man here in Nagoya, which I helped promote. Anyway, my whole life I had all this time after getting kicked out of the band and leaving the bar group. I had all this time, and I just started doing YouTube, and I got really successful on YouTube. You know, for what it was. You'll get there, Simon. You'll blow up. Anyway, that's when I could have been a hater, but I didn't. I just concentrated on creating. But if I hadn't, you know, found success, maybe, who knows what would have happened, you know. So this is what I want to talk about. When you crave success and you don't get it, you become a hater. That's my theory. It's very simple. I feel the urge sometimes because these days I'm too busy. I don't get what I want. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Jeff, who was my best friend for many, many years, and who I had cut ties with after the accusations of thievery. But by the way, this is a much more emotional video about this that I did. Give me a Flake Man channel somewhere, which is now ASMR Japan. But Jeff fell into a coma, a medically induced coma, to help him heal because of a fuck up the doctors did with a kidney. And 2 years later, he was dead, or within 2 years. Maybe it was much faster. Joe and Dave, you know about Dave? I don't keep in touch with Dave except on Facebook. He used to be crazy, man, scary crazy, but lots of fun. I love Dave. Anyway, so Jeff died, and when he died, I was pretty shocked. But I was left pretty confused by the lack of closure, you know. And I made a video about it. And at that time on YouTube, I had a bunch of haters, and I made that video just because I wanted to. I sat down, I think I had some Jack Daniels or something. I just made a video talking about, you know, how I felt guilty that I didn't feel worse that he was dead. But I will tell you something weird. That until he died, when he was in his coma, I dreamed about him all the time. You know. And then after he died, I stopped dreaming about him. But about a week ago, I had a dream about Jeff. That's strange, huh? Anyway, see you, Simon. Cheerio. So here's the point. It's very simple. There are some people on YouTube, like, I'll just go ahead and say it, Tikio Sam, who I don't watch at all. But once in a while, I do a search for something, and I'll see his video come up. And apparently he's got a series now where he just rants about people and talks about people he doesn't like. And my theory on that is that he's doing that because he's bitter, you know? He's bitter because he didn't become the big YouTuber that he was on the cusp of kind of becoming, you know? And I don't blame him. It's kind of nice that he's talking about what he feels, but I mean, I don't blame him at all for that. But making videos just knocking other people. I mean, he made a couple videos making fun of, or I didn't watch them. I just saw the titles. I think I watched like a minute of each one, and nothing grabbed me. He made one video I did a search for me about a month ago. I was looking for one of my own videos, and I came across his video, and he's like, "Why I still hate Give Me a Break, Man." What's the title? I didn't even watch it. I just clicked on the video, hit pause, and looked through the comments, and I was really surprised to see Scott Ackerman. What was his name? Can't remember his goddamn name. And he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry you're in a bad place." And I hadn't talked to Scott in a long time, and I really like Scott. We used to be really close. We're both fathers, and that kind of took over our lives. Scott and I had a short conversation about this, but basically I don't know if it's he said it or I said it, but basically the theory is that he's bitter because he didn't become big, and he feels like he deserves more. So what does he do? He talks smack about other people instead of creating something, creating value, creating content. And I was thinking about, let me see. I was on, and I'm not trying to hate on TOMOKO Sam. I mean, again, I don't even remember. I almost don't remember why he and I had a fallout, because I used to really get along with him. I used to really like him. And I used to consider him a friend. The other thing about TOMOKO Sam that kind of annoys me is that two of my Patreon supporters, they actually told me later that they had paid money to TOMOKO Sam. They had done things for TOMOKO Sam. And I'm like, why? Even though they'd known from me that you can't trust him with money. I told him don't trust him. They never consulted me. They just started working or trying to work with him or trying to get some things out of him that just didn't work out. So I thought that was kind of disappointing for me. I was like, did you guys not listen to any of my stories? Did you not understand? There's something called, what's it called? Virtue signaling. I was thinking about this the other day. Something called virtue signaling. You've heard this, I'm sure. I was thinking about this expression. Virtue signaling is often used to attack people who to attack someone because they don't like that person, and they're trying to say that person is really not a good person, and they're pretending to be a good person. But what they're actually saying by saying that is that they are also not a good person, right? They're saying, "Oh, you're trying to be better than me by virtue signaling and claiming you have morals that are higher than mine." Although they never talk about themselves, they just attack by saying that's virtue signaling. But Kite and Eric are great. Kite and Eric are great, by the way. Yes, they're so nice. They're so friendly. And I don't know why, but they follow me on Instagram. They always leave the nicest comments. And I've never interacted with them, but I was just from the comments alone and their Twitter feed, I just feel like those people got their heads on straight. I'd like to meet them. Anyway, what was I saying? I lost my goddamn thing. Oh, virtue signaling. So I was thinking about this the other day. There's something in Japanese called gyakugire. Gyakugire. And that expression, just a minute. Hold on a second. Okay, just want to clarify. Yeah, gyakugire is an expression that you use. Let me explain this. Let me write this down in the comment section. Gyaku means opposite, and gire is usually obligation. So let me explain what this actually means. Let's say that we are supposed to meet, okay? And we're supposed to meet, and you show up late. Hey, Carl from Florida. Hey, Tokyo, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Tokyo Drew. So let's say we're supposed to meet, and you're late. You're late, okay? You're late to the meeting, but you attack me in some way. Like I say, let's meet at 1. Let's meet at 1, and then when you come late, you're like, man, I don't need the pressure of you wanting to meet at 1. I don't know why you couldn't have made it at 1:30, even though there was no discussion of meeting at 1:30. So you, just because you're late, you try to find some excuse to make it seem like I'm the bad guy in this, incident, right? That's called gyakugire. But I think it's also the closest translation to virtue signaling. Because if you think about it, when people, I mean, it really isn't exactly the same, but I think it has the same spirit of virtue signaling. When people say, "Oh, you're virtue signaling," what they're basically saying is, "Oh, you are saying something that makes you look better than me because I don't have those morals." So what you're basically saying is that you don't have those morals, right? Anyway, so let me get to something. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me show you guys something. Now, Tokyo Drew, I hope you don't mind. Here's the thing. I still got something. Here's the bullshit about haters that I don't like about YouTube. When you talk about haters, now, by the way, I'm not talking about any hater directed at me. I mean, TKO Sam, I don't care what he says. He's fine. I mean, someone just said he's kind of bigger than other people. So what? He's irrelevant. He's nobody, and so am I. Okay? But I don't spend any time thinking about it. I'm not going to make a whole video about it with that. I'm just explaining. I'm not talking about him. So I mean, he's just a good example about something that's on my mind right now, right? Which is why people become this way. And here's another example of that. Okay, the other day, let me back up a little bit. The other day, I'm on. By the way, I think Trump is a fucking idiot. Okay, and it's gotten to the point where I no longer understand how anyone can. There's only one way you can defend Trump is if you're not American, and whatever he does is good for your country. Like maybe I think some Japanese people think that. That's fine. That's one thing I can kind of understand. Or if you're openly racist or a white supremacist and you like Trump, hey, I'm fine with that too. Or if you're a billionaire and Trump's tax cuts help you, and you just like the money, I'm okay with that too. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. Anyway, let me get back to this. I'm multitasking here. Anyway, but basically, I think the presidency should have some form of dignity, and Trump doesn't have that at all. And I don't understand how. I understand all politicians lie to some extent, but I mean, lying to Trump's extent is like face-palmingly ridiculous. It's just like a fucking joke, I mean, I don't understand that. So this is what happened. The other day, I'm on Twitter, on my Give Me a Break Man. I have 2 Twitters. One of is Japanese for Morons. I'll write this down. This is just Japanese stuff. Japanese for Morons, I just do Japanese stuff. Japanese for Morons. Okay? That's Japanese stuff. Okay? And then Give Me a Break Man is more of my political stuff and unrelated to Japanese stuff. Those are my Twitters, right? So, Tip O'Neill was kind of smart. He's a smart guy. So I'm on there, and I don't remember exactly the whole conversation, but we're talking about masks or COVID or whatever. And some guy comes on. And I didn't even look at the name. His response was simply something like, "COVID is a hoax." Okay, COVID is a hoax, right? So I made a meme of what's the guy's name? Kane, the guy Kane who died. What was his name? I forget his first name. The black guy he's the CEO of KFC or something. He died after attending an Oklahoma rally. Okay, so I made a meme saying Herman Cain. Oh, that was his name, Herman Cain, and I put at the bottom, died of a hoax, right? Because the guy claimed it was a hoax. He said, "I'm no more masks." He rejected masks, and he went to the Oklahoma rally, and he got COVID, and he died. And basically, if you're that big, if you're such a public figure, and you say something like that puts other people's lives at risk, and then you die of it, you have every right to be ridiculed. Okay. Anyway, I completely own this guy who's on my Twitter, who I don't even know. He's like, "Oh, you're mean." I said, "Dick, you're an asshole." He's talking about other people, and he's being a dick. So I said, "You're a dick." He goes, "What about you? You're a dick. You made that Herman Cain thing." I'm like, he deserves it, and he's a public figure. It's different. Yeah, it's different when you start putting yourself out there. Like me, like right now, I'm putting myself out there. So you want to call me a dick? That's fine. Anyway, long story short, I realize I look at his name and it's something called King of Kanto. Like, Kanto, who is this guy? King of Kanto podcast. So I look at his podcast page and it's all hater podcasts. So let me show you. I'm going to show you. Let me show you what it is. Okay, hold on. I'm going to look it up. I'm sure they have almost no viewers at all. So here's the other thing about haters. The theory on haters is you're not supposed to talk about them, right? Don't talk about the haters. You're just giving them free publicity, that kind of shit. I don't believe in that. If someone's a dick and you want to point your finger at them and say, "Dude, you're a dick," then I think that's fine. Interestingly enough, if you Google King of Podcast, you get Twitter, Instagram, Twaku, I don't know what that is, and then you get Drew Crew tagged tweets and on downloads to the King of Kanto guys Japan circle joke. Okay, let me see. The Japanese for followers. Oh, he follows me. Okay, I can't even find this. I can't find their list. Just a second. King of Kanto podcast. King of Kanto. Oh, here we go. Okay, I found. There it is. Let me link you to this ridiculous page here. Oh, how come there's two of me? Hold on, please. I've got two. Oh, I see what happened here. I'm working on a laptop, so it's kind of small screen here. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Damn it. I've got too many. I've got two small screens. Let me move this all the way to the left. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to share the screen with you. Share screen. Which screen? Application window. Here we go. This is it. Okay, there you go. Okay, there it is. There's the king. There's the screen, right? Which is nothing special. That's just a screen. But check this out. Don't feed the trolls. You know what? Yeah, that's bullshit. That don't feed the trolls bullshit. Here's the episode page. Look at their episode page. You see this? So this is what's funny. Okay, after I call him out on Twitter, he's like, "We're gonna make an." Oh yeah, that's what caught my attention. He goes, "We're gonna talk about you in episode 7." And I'm like, "Oh, what? Who are these people? What do you mean talk about me?" And I realized, oh, it's a podcast. Okay, let's see what they got. But I'm not at all worried. I don't care. But what's funny, episode 7 isn't about me. It's about Jake Adelstein, I think, who I've met a couple times and I've talked to on Twitter and Facebook. And we're not friends or anything, but we're friendly. I bought one of his books. Now we're going to have my favorite Strong Zero. Check out that one. Where's Nico? I haven't seen Nico in the comments. Did he leave? Okay. Anyway, Erin, lower your standards, girl. What did you say? I'm not into Japan's guys. Never was, although I tried. Oh, these are not Japanese guys, by the way. These are gaijin. This is the funny part. These are the haters, okay? So let me show you their episode page. At the beginning of episode 7, they're like, "Fuck, give me a break, man. He's an asshole." And I'm like, and I'm a little bit like, no, I'm not. I'm too tired to be an asshole. I'm so busy with the kids and trying to be a good husband. Wingstar, how you doing? I remember you. But I kind of felt like they don't have a right to call me an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay. I mean, I can be an asshole, but that guy, whoever that guy is on the Twitter, he's a dick. He deserved to be called out. But anyway, look at their episode list. There's Jake Adler. Where's the other ones? Oh yeah, this was pretty shallow. This is bad. Jake Adelstein. Also, I didn't listen, and I listened to 3 minutes of it, but I did listen to their second episode, which is all about, where's the episode page? Where are all their podcasts? Only one? Episodes, here we go. Okay, there we go. Check it out. See this? Look at this. The first one is just about Ryan Boundless Review. I don't know what that's about. Then Kelly Morita. Then Arudo Debito. Debito is pretty famous. Venus Angelic. But you're starting to get, oh, just a minute. What happened? Episode 1, episode 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 2 and 3 are gone. That's weird. It took them down. Well, number 2 is about Drew, Tokyo Drew. And it was pretty fucked up. Like, that's the only one I listened to 15 minutes of that one. But in that one, they apparently tried to contact Tokyo Drew's son and interview him for the show. I'm like, that's fucked up. And but here's the funny thing. If you listen to the guys, the podcast, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I mean, they have playful banter and it's enjoyable. I gotta say, I got no beef with their style at all. I think they're, as podcasts go, they're fine. They're fine. Cheers to, but no, fuck these guys. Fuck these guys. Because this is the best one. This is the best one. Dabaru Shikosa. So my wife is sleeping. Sometimes she'll email me and say, shut the fuck up. No. Anyway, like this time. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, this is a couple things pissed me off about these guys. Okay, first of all, all their videos are basically tear down videos, right? They have talent, but they're just fucking tearing other people down. Like, really, that's the way you want to go? That is an old formula, and back in the day, it worked. It would get you subs, but these days you gotta go. I mean, if you can do it, you can still do it. I mean, Trump did it, right? You can still do it, but you got to go extreme if you're going to go that way. If you're going to talk about, like, if you're looking at this page, if you're going to talk about Kelly Morita, then you got to like accuse her of like being a Russian prostitute or something. You got to go crazy, and they got a super hard on for Tokyo Drew. They do. So in episode 7, was it F7 or 2? I don't remember which one, but I think it's something. Maybe it is number 7. But they keep talking about Tokyo Drew and how the guy's like, I listened to I watched an 80-minute live cast of Tokyo. I'm like, dude, why are you? I mean, Tokyo Drew. No offense at all, but I got better things to do than to watch you for 80 minutes. I mean, I do. You know what I did today? Today was my day off. I cleaned the fucking house, man. I was out there I cleaned my driveway. I was like washing the hose, washing the driveway, sweeping and then washing and polishing and just wiping the dust off the fucking radiators and the water meter and the air conditioning units outside. That's all I did today. But I don't want to say, I'm not going to call them losers. I'm not going to call them losers, but I listened to their podcast and it was kind of weird. They're talking about, when I first came to Japan 9 years ago. Oh yeah, the other thing that pissed me off about them. One thing was, of course, that they're just wasting their talent. They have talent, but they're wasting the talent on bringing other people down. Number 2, they called me an asshole, and I don't think they know me well enough to call me an asshole. And I hardly put out any content at all these days. I'm too busy. Give me a break, man. ASMR's channel's kicking ass, but and they drink strong zeros, and they're talking about what the best strong zeros are. They have no right. Everyone knows that I'm the guy who introduced strong zero to the fucking world of YouTube and JVlog and stuff. I'm the one who knows about strong zero. Anyway, I know Tokyo Drew gets a lot of hate on Reddit and on this for just being himself, just being a regular person. People, for some reason, they really want to. What's the other channel by ours truly? I don't know what you're talking about. What's Creo Sote channel? I don't know. I'm lost here. The quality of life on the lowest poorest level is very high in Japan. I don't think that's true. But let's anyway. Here, let me get this done. This part done, so we can go on to have a conversation about something relevant. I mean, they can actually help you. Yeah. So these three guys, I don't know who they are. I remember that someone keeps saying one of them is Nick. I don't know who the hell that is, but they have talent. They seem enjoyable to listen to, but they're just their whole endeavor is built on tearing other people down, which I think is silly. And stay off my fucking strong zero. Anyway, okay, so enough of that. Yeah, so but yeah, a couple other points that kind of rankled me. They're like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about J-vloggers, that's so low. Like, you're podcasters. God. And if you're going to talk about me, dude, I'm not even relevant. I don't even make videos anymore. Like, really, I'm a father of two. My life is not defined by this at all. I mean, I'm getting on today. I just wanted to I'm preparing that bug. Oh, the insect, right? Remember I'm preparing that bug for my son. And I thought, I had these, ideas on my head and back of my mind. I just want to talk about it. Screw you, Victor. You be buying beers when I'm down there next. Haha. Haven't tuned into Breakman in a long time. Hey, greetings, Johnny Bomb. Who's Johnny Bomb? Are you the one who drinks on camera? What's the other channel by ours truly? Is that supposed to be me? Mini Monger? ASMR Japan is my other channel. I just have been busy. I've been working out, man. I've been doing push-ups. I'm trying to get my push-ups down to 102 minutes. I'm right now at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. A month ago, I was at 9 minutes, 45 seconds. So I've improved quite a bit. But the improvement, gets worse and worse over time. So I'm hoping to get my push-ups down to 2 minutes. And then I'm hoping to get my pull-ups up to 50 in 3 minutes. And my dream, which is it's a dream. That's, it's way beyond my reach, is to do 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups in 5 minutes. I mean, that's far, far away from me right now. Because when I do this, man, the pain I feel in my elbows is at the time I'm okay, but a couple days later, actually for a week later, I still feel pain. It's horrible. Anyway, so let's talk about something better than so in brief, let's just wrap this up. They're assholes. They're tearing other people down because they're not getting what they wanted. They had some aspirations and some dreams to bless the world with their talent, and the world didn't want them. So, Aaron, do I make I make a lot of money on YouTube. No, I make a lot of money on YouTube, Barry Bonds and Aaron. I make more money on YouTube than I make on anything I've ever done before. Okay? And I don't say this, and I don't even sell my face, so it's not an ego thing. It's yeah. I have my own school, and I actually rent myself to a company in Toyota to teach English. So basically, I go to Toyota and I teach English at a company, but they pay my school, which I own. So it's all good for taxes and stuff. But I still make more money on YouTube, which is why I'm not that active on Give Me a Break Man. The other reason I'm not that active on Give Me a Break Man is that I'm no longer compelled to share every fucking thought I have with everybody. I think that, unfortunately, for my YouTube career, is a sign of maturity. I have thoughts, but I don't feel like I have to share every single fucking thought with everybody. That said, I'm still an immature person, childish person, and I videotape all the fucking time. But I just don't put them up. Oh, I forgot. I actually made a video today for my Patreon group. It's a 46-minute video of me just walking my kids to school. And last week I did a 30-minute video of me cooking for them, for my kids. And for some people, a lot of people emailed me about that and told me they really liked it on my Patreon. Hey, Raw Al Ghul. Where's J-Vlogs when you need him? Oh, you know that guy. Anyway, laundry videos. Yeah, I mean, right now I'm just trying to improve my life and be a good father and not lose my temper all the fucking time, because, you know, like, some days are great and some days you're like, oh my God, why did I have kids? They're just killing me. I just, you know, what's that Bruce Springsteen song? Took a wrong turn, and I went out for cigarettes, and I never came back. Took a wrong turn, and I never came back. I forgot. Went out for cigarettes. I forgot the name of the song, but everybody's got a lonely heart. That one. He talks about going out for cigarettes. I think maybe that's just my bad memory, but he goes out for cigarettes. He takes a wrong turn, and he never comes back. Oh, I got a great perspective, Barry Bonds. I got a great perspective for all of you regarding this election, this coming election. Okay. Here's the election. Okay, let me explain my mistake first. Trump is a flawed idiot. Everyone's flawed. But Trump is like morally beyond any possibly imagined loser politics. Okay. And I just can't understand how anybody can just continue to accept him and support him. Anyone at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know. And I have friends. In fact, I have friends right now watching this who like Trump and support Trump. And some of them have accidentally said racist things to me. Like the other day, one of my friends says to me, he says, you know, Biden's going senile, and he's just gonna, you know, the real president's gonna be whatever black woman he chooses. And the way he said it was like, okay, so the fact that you're a black woman completely makes you, you know. Like, I mean, it's a racist thing to say. You can't just say black woman is going to, you know, whatever black woman. All of the black women that well, first of all, I do think it's ridiculous that Biden decided he must pick a black woman. But putting that aside, all of the black women that Biden had in the running, you know, had on his short list, were all accomplished women. I mean, much more accomplished than anyone else in Trump's field at all. I mean, Seriously, they were there. They could all outmaneuver both Trump and Pence. So anyway, Wingstar. Back in America, I am not white. I'm Mexican, believe it or not. In Japan, people think I'm white. Right? Oh, really? Tepunka? That's funny. Okay, so here's the useful information. Now, given all I said about Trump, meaning I completely think he's the worst possible. Literally, a car. If you just found a car sitting in someone's lawn, like an old car with missing wheels, that would probably damage America less than Trump. It would actually be better that if you elected a broken car that doesn't even work, like a junk car. A piece of junk car would be better than Trump. Okay. That said, here's the problem. We as citizens look towards our politicians as if they were lovers. Like we're always looking for the one. Who's going to be our next John F. Kennedy? Who's going to be our Lincoln? Who's going to woo us? Who's going to be our Martin Luther King? Whatever. He wasn't a politician, but you know. And of course, the problem is that's the wrong mindset. We should look at our politicians as if they are simply transportation. They are buses. They are subway systems. And sometimes one comes and it's not taking you exactly where you want to go, but it's kind of close. It's kind of in the right direction. So what the hell? Let's take that one. Particularly what Biden and Kamala are. You know, I'm not a big Joe Biden fan at all. I don't like that he lies occasionally. And they're weird lies too. Like he was in South Africa and he marched, but actually he didn't march. He was arrested. I think he said he was arrested in South Africa, but actually he was just detained by the immigration because he was late for his flight. I don't know, something ridiculous. But Trump's lies are like, whew, they are the king of lies. Their cuisine of lies. I'm not a fan of Biden at all. Kamala either. I feel like she was desperate in attacking Biden all the time during the debates. And I don't like her record on crime. She had a chance to overturn some convictions that she didn't. But she's quick with her tongue. I mean, verbally, of course. Physically, I wouldn't know. So, you know, although they are not my best choices. The other thing to remember about Biden, though, you guys got to remember, is that he has suffered with a stutter. I'm not talking about his lies. When he lies, he lies. That's a lie. But sometimes he stutters because he has a problem. Because that's what a stutter is. And it's much better now, but sometimes he stutters and people think that, oh, it means, you know, he's mentally gone. He has, you know, he's getting Alzheimer's, he's going senile, but no, it's just a stutter. Anyway. Oh, full screen. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, disgruntled doomer. Oh, let me show you guys. Anyway, so let me just summarize that. Do not look towards your politicians as lovers. You're not looking for the one. You should look at your politicians as buses or subways. They just got to get you closer to where you're going. That's all. Okay. And if you think about it that way, then Biden and Kamala Harris are the perfect choice. Okay. There you go. Now let's look at some kuagatas. These are kabutomushes. And these are beautiful, huge insects. Let's look at this. Look at this guy. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Isn't that cute? Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. That's just a beautiful animal. You know, before my son, I was scared of these things. But now, you know, my son picks them up with no problem. So I can't be more scared than a 5-year-old boy, right? This is number 2 strong zero, and this is my favorite strong zero. This is the best strong zero. No matter what any of those assholes, no, not assholes, any of those unhappy people over on King of Kanto podcast say. He's looking for food. Look at him. He's a beauty. Look at that. Isn't he beautiful? How did I get into this insect thing? I had children, Aaron. If you have children, they drag you in. Renman in Japan. Lemon's good too. Lemon makes me. I feel like lemon gets me drunk immediately. Hey, Renman in Japan, come to my house and I'll give you a helmet. It's beautiful, huh? Okay, I'm gonna put this back. Now, I'm gonna show you guys. So in the day, at nighttime, these guys come out, but in the daytime, they bury into the soil. How are your kids in speaking English? They suck, but they understand everything in English. They watch all Disney stuff in English. All their TV shows are in English. That's one of the rules at my house. But they found a workaround where they found a couple shows that don't have any language at all. So let me show you the kuagatas. These guys are beautiful and scary. Okay, at nighttime, there are 2 of these containers here. Oh, what's going on here? Oops. I'm gonna make some space here. Okay, ready? I'm gonna show you the kuagatas. You see him? This is a beautiful one. Look at him. I just gotta pick him up. Let's see. I'm trying to pick that one up for you. Okay, ready? This is a gorgeous one. I think his claws are his mandibles are so big he can't bite anything anymore. Oh, there he is. He's moving around too much. Look at that. Wow. Wow. There he is. Look at that. Oh, so quit moving, man. Look at those mandibles. Whoa. Oh, he flew. They only fly at night. Good to know. I better put him back. He's crawling on the keyboard. Can you hear that? Put him back. Okay. Those are cool. Is he dead? No, of course not. A few months ago, someone asked Kaiden Eric, is that right? Who are really wonderful J bloggers about kids, and you guys should have some kids or some shit. And they mentioned on Twitter how asking that question is rude because I don't know anything about otters. Is it true that you can't keep otters in Japan anymore? I don't know. I've never wanted to have an otter. Where are you going to keep an otter? You have to have a swimming pool. Who the hell would keep an otter? Anyway, I asked my son to name the insects, and he always gives them the most boring names. Like you are Kabuto-chan. That's it. Anyway, fuck, I got off track. You guys can't interrupt me when I'm drinking and trying to speak. What was I saying? God damn it! Someone bring me back. Where was anyone paying attention? Because I obviously wasn't, since I don't know what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, kids. So they say, how do you make time for YouTube with kids? I don't make videos. This is the first video I've made in like a month on this channel. And then on the other channel, I make ASMR videos with, I just edit at night. You know, I get up early and edit before the kids wake up, or late at night after they go to sleep. You know. But anyway, the question, when you ask people who don't have kids, when are you gonna have kids? It's weird because some of those, first of all, some of those people don't want to have kids, and some of those people can't have kids. Like, they're physically enabled for whatever reason. You know, I was thinking about that. And Eric and Clyde and Eric, yeah, they made a very one of them, I don't remember which one, made a very, you know, poignant remark, or I guess tweet. It's funny to say poignant tweet. That seems like an oxymoron. A poignant tweet about that comment. But I have to confess to you that, and this is a completely arrogant thing to say, before I read their tweet, as a father, you know, as a man involved with a woman, and which has resulted in 2 children, almost like an accident. I gotta tell you, I don't know what we would be doing. I mean, I guess before, Yoko and I used to travel a lot. We used to go to Thailand all the time. Maybe we would be doing that. But I feel like none of that's important anymore, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens, you know. Maybe you'll have kids, maybe you won't. In the end, it really doesn't matter. You can still have a great life, but what's about Randman? I live in Japan. Randman is having a, let me see. Randman in Japan, just because he lives in Japan doesn't mean he knows every obscure thing or trend. What are we talking about? I want to sugar glide, stay a few people in Japan on TikTok with otters. Yeah, but TikTok is not necessarily Japan. Yeah, I erased TikTok off my phone, not because Trump said anything, but just because because my phone is too small. I need some space. So I got rid of it. Let's see. Aaron says, for me, it happened unexpectedly. It didn't feel like a blessing at the time, but it has been. But a lot of people have a hard time. It's heartbreaking for them. Yeah, having a kid is fucking. It's a mixed blessing. It's the best and worst thing that'll happen here. Well, today, I mean, this morning we had a great morning. I walked with my kids to school. When we are outside and walking together, everything's great. But we're in the fucking house. They cry over the stupidest fucking things in the world. Like, oh my God, you're really gonna cry? Like, okay, Amelie, my daughter, got a hug from mom, and for some bizarre reason, my son felt left out, so he went under the table to cry. Like, you're really gonna fucking cry over that? And I know he's only 5, so he doesn't understand that he's being a complete retard. But he is. He is. Come on. You can't cry over that shit. And you know, I was I almost said I was raised wrong. My mom and dad, I love those guys. I love my mom and dad. But they beat the shit out of me when I was a kid. Because they didn't know, you know, so they did. My dad would take out his belt, My mom would pull my ears, pull the hair on the back of my neck. And I know, because I read, that beating your kids is not the way to go. But every once in a while, I'm talking to my son, he's not paying attention at all. At all. Like I'm trying to contact him, and he's fucking 1 meter away from me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I have flicked him in the head like that. Or I've grabbed his hair like that. Not super hard. This is hard. Just a little bit. Though this is Japan, Sakanajin. Hey, how you doing, man? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the problem, I think, in that when I do that with a child, that how do I explain this? When I was a boy, when I was a little boy, my dad would spank me, sometimes with a belt, but I knew I deserved it. and even if I didn't, I kind of figured that was just the way things were. So it was no big deal, But I feel like my son knows that I'm not supposed to fucking touch him physically. So if I do anything like flick him in the head or grab his hair a little bit to get his attention because he's fucking doing something stupid or dangerous, most of the time, I feel like he's got an advantage over me, Yeah. Anyway, and God, they're great. They're the best things in the world. So when you have kids and you didn't have kids before, and then you see other people who don't have kids, you kind of wonder, like, what the fuck are they doing? Which is a completely unfair thing to think about another couple. But you can't help, at least I can't help thinking that sometimes, like, because it's a wonderful thing. But like tonight, I felt like Bruce Springsteen. Go out for a pack of cigarettes and don't come back. They were just crying over every stupid fucking little thing in the house. The spoiled kids. My kids are spoiled, and I've had to talk with my wife about this recently, because we'll wake up in the morning and we'll ask them what they want for breakfast. And in my mind, like, that's not a fucking valid question. Okay, you're 3 years old. You don't get a question. This is the way it works. I make food. I give you that food. You eat the food. That's the contract. Okay. But in my house, my wife thinks, no, they should have a choice. They should feel like they're making a choice. Like, really? No. So we put a stop to that. So I make breakfast, and you know what? I make fucking good omelets. Okay. I make good omelets, and even if I made scrambled eggs last week, or this week, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I made scrambled eggs, and they're like, we don't want scrambled eggs because they look weird. And we've never had scrambled eggs. I'm like, I'm going to make scrambled eggs, and you're going to like them. Just trust me. So I made scrambled eggs, and they liked them, and there was no problems. And they said oishi many times. So, and they had no choice, which is the most important thing. The most important thing that was accomplished by this was the fact that they got no choice, and they were still happy. Anyway, Aaron, hit me up on askgimmeabreakman@gmail.com or on Victor Bojo on Facebook if you're in Japan. Let's talk. Thanks everyone for popping in today. This video was not made. Well, I'm sure no one who's going to come to the end of this video is going to. Anyway, this message should reach the people who it will never reach, because I'm sure they already tuned out minutes ago. But yeah, I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm just saying some people become dicks because they had, higher hopes and they didn't get what they wanted. So that's what happens. Anyway, I do have a few days left in Obon, and I finally put out an ASMR video. So those videos take like 40 hours, and they are a priority, I have to be honest. But I do really enjoy making these videos, which make no money. Give me a break. My videos make no money, but I like coming out here and talking. Random Man in Japan, maybe tomorrow. Let's have a drink tomorrow. I'm drunk now, so I'll agree to a drink anytime. And empathy for the trolls, yeah, like those 3 guys who do the King of Kanto podcast. They're talented, and I enjoyed listening to a few minutes of them. But I feel like when your whole podcast is directed towards tearing other people down, yeah, it's not something I want to invest. I'm going to invest a lot of time into. Okay. This is Japan. Sakana-jin, did you find when you first have kids that your teaching experience in terms of discipline helped you out? Or did that really all go out the window? I don't teach kids anymore. But I'll tell you what, I do teach. I have one class of kids that happen to be the same age as my kids. And they are naturally not as talented as my kids. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. You see them? They're having a fight, these guys. But that said, I feel guilty after teaching other children. I feel like, I should go home and teach my own kids. Even though I'm getting paid, I'm like, I should go home and teach my own kids. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna hit the gym tomorrow. So I'm going to sleep. It's not even midnight yet, which is great, which means I'll get 6 hours of sleep and hit the gym. Gonna make some muscle tomorrow. All right, thanks everyone for coming by. You know what, Hugh James, King of Kanto podcast should be happy and appreciative that I even talked about them, because the current theory on haters is you should ignore them, but I don't abide by that. But they should give up, because if anyone knows strong zeros, it's me, not those guys. And again, my problem with them was simply, yeah, maybe I am an asshole, but you don't know me well enough to say that. Good night, guys. Hasta la vista, baby.